oversaturated opinions. More opinions! Garbage Man!
Nicely done.
There's absolutely no one else who I can gauge reactions from, and all I saw from you is just deadpan nothing, so I thought, well, that one failed. Oh, well.
No, I liked it. I was just watching. I was just intently watching. No, that was good. Quite enjoyed it.
Right on.
So, I can't tell if we have anyone in the chat or nothing or anybody watching.
Not yet.
No? Okay. So, yeah. No, I thought it was good.
So, for anyone who doesn't know, Nick is the garbage man on the street this week because he is not in his usual man cave in Tabor. He is in an undisclosed location.
Yeah, Sarah's house in Prince George.
You doxed yourself. Now they're coming for you.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, no. I doxed. Yeah. Yeah, I came up by myself Friday. I've been here 3 days now. And yeah, I spent the first 2 days. Well, Friday I was exhausted because I couldn't sleep. So I was up at 2 o'clock, came here. And and then Saturday, Sunday spent moving. And today I figured I better go see my dad. So I ripped up to Mackenzie for a quick visit and then came back here. So
cool.
Yeah, so tomorrow I'm going to go see my grandparents, and maybe Wednesday I'll go see the Ahoy Hoy man himself. I'm going to text him and see what he's up to and see if he's working or what the plan is. Kim will be here Wednesday. And then we're heading back up to Mac for Thursday, Friday, Saturday to hang out with our parents. So, and then I'll be back. I'll be back in Prince George for Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and then leave for home Wednesday.
Now, not to sound like an old person, but regarding the weather, is it unusually warm there for this time of year?
There's no snow on the mountain. And Morphe always has snow on it by now. Always.
Yeah.
So, yeah, whenever they say, global warming's not a real thing. Okay. Fuck, October, and it's like, what is it, like 20, it was 21 degrees today in October in Prince. But there's no such thing as global warming.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, Brody. I
Brody
forgot to say earlier, Ryan is here.
Yeah, Brody didn't get to go see wrestling this weekend because he had the vid.
Oh.
Yeah, Dewey and the guys from Pure Power Wrestling had a big event in Lethbridge. So, hey, I got to ask Brody, what year is Brock's phone? That was like the worst video I've ever got from anyone in this world. It literally looked like a video from 1998.
Grainy AF.
It totally was. I should actually send it to you so you can totally agree with me how grainy it was. So it was ridiculous. Yeah, but yeah, no, it's ridiculously warm. Like I brought a bunch of shorts thinking, well, I'm probably not going to need them. I'll just need them for the gym. I've been wearing them every day.
My dad and brother love the shoe.
The shoe.
Show. No, we're going to go with shoe.
Shoe. It's a really big shoe. Really big shoe. Yeah, it ended up because I was supposed to go, but then I wanted to go home and help Sarah move, which I'm glad I did to be here to help her. So Brody was going to go with Brock, his brother, and then Brock got sick, and then so yeah, maybe it is my iPhone. So chat, we got chat. Brody. Shut up, Brody. Oh, look, the pudding fucker's here. I mean, Chad's here.
Old man Mystic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, yeah, it's just been nice to get away and just, no responsibility. So, Worked out a couple times. I don't like gym here compared to ours. I like ours better, but I think it goes everywhere. So it was. I actually, when I got into town on Friday, I was like, I got to do something because I sat on my ass for 11 hours driving. So I went to the gym. Well, I got about a half an hour in, and then like I was like, not that I almost got in a fight, but I had like an argument with a dude because I was doing tricep pull downs and bicep curls right on a cable machine.
Yeah.
To kind of bounce it back and forth between the two, right? I was only done my second set. This fucking asshole watched me using it, and like I just finished my set. I go over to do my curls, and he just walks over and takes over the tricep pull down. And I'm like, dude, I'm not done with that. Well, I didn't see you on here. I'm like, are you fuck? You were just standing right, like literally to my right, working out, staring in the mirror, and you're telling me you didn't see me doing the tricep pull. Like, fuck you. Like, I'm not getting in a fight in a fucking new gym. Like, fuck.
No, it's not worth it. And sometimes when you have a situation like that, it forces you to improvise. And sometimes the improvisation works out to be better than what you had planned, especially in the gym.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, that guy actually, so the guy that bladed himself in the cage there, Brody, he's actually been the X Division champion in TNA. He's actually a real Johnny Devine. He's a very good wrestler. So, yeah. Well, that's good. I'm glad Brock enjoyed it. Hopefully he does go to every show. Like, all the butts and seats, helps local wrestling, and our friend and future world champion of the Galaxy, Dude Robson, and the boys there. So, yeah, it'd be great if he went. So.
Speaking of wrestling, Jolene sent this to me a while ago, and I kept forgetting to put it on the show. But remember when everybody used to get in trouble for doing this? And it's the DX suck it. Yeah.
I remember when Sheena LaMarche got sent home for wearing, I believe her shirt it said like down where, down there, and the X pointing to the crotch. Yeah. And she got Mr. Clark sent her home. I believe it was Mr. Clark.
Well, Mr. Clark would.
Man, he was always good for if you could get him talking about spanking, that would kill a class. Yep.
Spanking.
Yeah, he didn't believe in spanking his child, right? Like in discipline. So if you were like, oh, I totally think it's fun. I got spanked. Right? He'd go on a fight. If you could get him going, he would eat up a whole thing. Yep. Of class time. Yep.
If I had written down a quote or two of his, I could do an impression of him, but I got nothing at this point. I know what he sounds like. I remember what he sounds like, but I couldn't put any words to it.
Yeah, I can't remember. I actually had him for a couple of classes in high school, and I had his wife was my grade 5 teacher.
And she was my grade 6 and 7 teacher.
6 and 7? Yeah, Mrs. Clark.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even put the two together until I was in his class. Jesus, what was that? Grade 9 or 10, something like that.
And he kind of went, oh, there we go. It's Clark.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
When I was at Mackenzie today, I always go back to the trailer court, and God, it just gets worse and worse all the time. It's just terrible. Now,
the last time I ever saw pictures of that on the internet, I think that was Google Maps. Does it look like that or worse?
It's worse because back when it was in Google Maps, it still had some other places there. But for some reason, Google Maps is like 10 years behind. Well, especially up there. It's in the middle of butt-fuck nowhere, right? So.
Hello, really?
Oh, really? Yeah, so. But the thing that blew my mind was coming into Prince on First Avenue, just down from you remember Capabilities or where the Iron Horse was on First Avenue?
Kind of.
Well, there's like a huge tent city down there of homeless people. It was like, holy shit, like huge.
Wow.
Yeah, there is a lot of homeless people here. A lot. And it's not just here. I even said to Sarah, there are a lot of people in Lethbridge. There's a big tent city in Lethbridge as well. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Brody's cue to fire up the Raking the Leafs podcast again. So he can rag on Really for an entire show.
Yeah.
That's the small. Is there another tent city somewhere?
Where's the other one, Ryan? Yeah, where's the other one?
It's going to become the new tourist trap or something.
Yeah. I might have to do an emergency run out on location shot here.
Do some interviews on the scenes.
Can you imagine?
I could, yeah. people have been inspired by Vice News to do stuff like that, so it would not surprise me. Other side of Queensway, Moccasin Flats is what it's called. Wow. Are we allowed to say that?
Well, it's a shoe.
Probably
Why
not.
wouldn't we be able to say that?
I'm sure there's some name or reason behind the name, and someone
That's
will
our
say,
shoe, not your. That's our footwear, not your footwear.
our homeless encampment is not your cultural joke or something like that. That's what they'll say. Homelessness, like tent cities, those I first started hearing about after the Fannie Mae Freddie Mac crash in 08 and 09 in the United States.
That's crazy. Wow.
Yeah, and it seems it has not gone away, but perhaps has proliferated, although I don't know if anyone's actually, keeping track and stats and info on that kind of thing, although they should.
So are you on the, why is there so much homelessness? Like, is it the fact that the cost of living has gone through the roof and lack of mental health facilities, and like what are the things that, those are probably just two of the lots of reasons that homelessness seems to have gone through the roof?
Good question. Thank you for asking, as I am an expert in homelessness.
Cool.
No. So I'm just going to spitball and speculate. Yeah, it's probably a number of factors. The price of everything going through the roof, especially in this day and age, definitely. Partially due to COVID and everything being shut down. Well, everything. Now I'm going to argue against myself from a year ago. Not everything, but a lot was shut down. People lost businesses and such, and we're slowly pulling ourselves out of that. But it's that mental health as well. I'm here in the Vancouver area. I think the mental hospital, the big one in Coquitlam, was Riverview. I think that was the name of it. And when that closed, the people there were, from what I heard, now I don't know if that's true, they were simply released onto the streets, and that's just the stupidest thing anyone could do. But then again, if you're the staff and there's nowhere else to transport them to, what else can you do?
What do you do? Yeah.
Galt Gardens.
So Galt Gardens is the area in Lethbridge where a lot of people abuse alcohol, and it's a pretty dumpy place. They're trying to beautify it and whatnot, so
gentrify.
Oh, and it definitely really, like, there's no doubt the lower class. Like, I mean, I've said it on the show before. Me and my wife make a very good living, and with the way everything just gone up in the last year here, it's just like, holy shit! Like, I don't know about your gas prices here. I didn't know what they were before I came here, but our fuel in Tabor jumped 20 cents in 48 hours.
So what did it start at, and what is it now? When you left?
It was $1.39.9, and it was up to $1.59.9 when I left. In 48 hours. 48 hours. So
those are the prices that we had here in the Vancouver Lower Mainland. Sorry to jump in.
Oh no, that's fine. That's fine.
I think prior to COVID, so 2019 or so.
Mm-hmm. But I say this to that though, because I realize what you're saying. But at the end of the day, like, I live in a fucking Alberta. I live in the oil country, and I realize they don't fucking refine it there and blah, 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 blah. But I still live in oil country, right? But 20 cents in 48 hours? Like, good Lord.
Yeah. And Ryan brings up another good point. If you're not going to abide by the policies in the centers, then you can't go in there. And where else are you going to go? You're going to go to the tent city.
Yeah, and I get that and agree with that. So
here, I think fuel, the last time I looked, that was yesterday, it was 2.35, I think.
Holy shit.
Yeah, and that's on top, that's including the, I don't know, 10 to 15 point addition that TransLink imposes on the Lower Mainland. So it's just stupid crazy.
So 69.59 in Tabor now.
Oof.
Yeah. So like I don't know how they expect people to survive.
I'm not going to go out on a conspiracy limb and say it's the globalists raising prices intentionally so that everyone has to stay home or restrict travel or anything like that. But if you want to factor that in, it does kind of make sense.
Yeah, and it's if you don't want to feed into it, but it's like, well. Yeah, but Fort Mac fuel, I mean, again, the oil sands are all in Fort Mac. It should be cheaper.
$1.58 out east. Yeah. Yeah, it's probably a bit higher now. Although
I would say so.
What is coming up that might precipitate that jump? Thanksgiving. Even that's a week away, it's still one of those, well, this is going to happen, therefore.
Yeah, that's true. But that's what's always bugged me about it. Okay, so fuel jump now, right? Well, this fuel is already in the ground. This isn't like, so why are you taxed? Like, why is the price of fuel jumping on everything that's been refined and is already in the ground for consumers, right? I could see if they're like, okay, in like 3 months, fuel's going to jump because this is what the price of oil is or whatever right now. So this will reflect in 3 months' time. I can understand that, but the immediate jump is, I've never understood that.
Yeah, I think it's something to do, and this is completely ignorant on my part, futures markets or predictions. Because we're out of the restricted Rona era that we were in, so now more people are going to be traveling, especially for the holidays, and because of that, well, the predictors are going to say, well, it's going to cause this kind of increase this time, because if they're looking at 2019, the last time that we had similar situations where people were free to travel wherever and whenever, then that would make sense that they would use that model and then add, I don't know, 20% or something like that.
Yeah. Still bullshit.
Yeah.
But there's nothing we can do about it. There's absolutely nothing.
What are we going to do? Spread email chains and say, don't buy gas on this day. Well, then you're going to buy it in 3 days or a week, or you're still going to buy it. I
still believe that people want to really, like, you know, if a group of people could come together to make a difference for me, it would be the truckers. Like, have truckers stop driving for a week and see how bad we're all going. Holy fucking shit. Right? When fuel's not being delivered or food's not being delivered or anything else, and you're suddenly going, huh. Wow. Because, like, what happens when gas becomes so much that the trucking companies start shutting down because they can't afford to keep vehicles on the road?
Yes, it reduces the amount of trucking companies. The big ones will stay employed, but all the small ones will go out of business. So it will restrict supply chains. Yeah.
And that's just it, really. I remember when oil tanked. Do you remember what was it, about 3 years ago? Like it dropped. Like oil or gas was back down to, like, I think it was like 80 cents. It didn't last long, of course. But I remember seeing a news article like, oh, with the way fuel prices have dropped, people are buying new vehicles. And I remember thinking, fuel ain't going to stay that low that long. And sure as shit, it was within a few weeks, it was right back up over $1 again. So,
sorry, go ahead, Finn. You can finish.
No, I finished my thought. That was my thought.
I wonder if the sudden jump in the past 48 hours had anything to do with what's going on in the Ukraine right now with them retaking areas.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think they just look for any excuse whatsoever just to be like, hey, we're going to do this now, and there's nothing you guys can do about it.
Yeah.
I pretty much think that's what they're doing. But that's just me. Ooh, new chat. Yeah, that's it. That's what drives me nuts. Yeah, speculation. Like, okay, well, can we speculate that I'm not going to have enough money for my bills, so I don't have to pay all my bills?
Yeah, and eventually the oil companies will lose a customer because you won't be able to buy gas to put in your vehicle.
Yeah, but I'm just speculating that I'm not going to be able to do that. Like, I'm not saying I'm going to be able to do it. I'm just speculating. That's what I'll do. I'll just speculate. Why not? Right? Everyone else can speculate. Why can't I speculate?
That's a good point, really. Yeah, that's another thing. Water shortage, especially as usual in California.
California.
Yeah, always happens.
Or
Or
go ahead.
we could be like Florida right now, or the east coast of Canada, and be dealing with giant wind and rainstorms and hurricanes and stuff.
I don't know if you remember this stuff, but I remember like hearing for years and years and years and years that they're always worried about places like Florida and like Vancouver and stuff like falling into the sea. And it's like, I feel like it's kind of starting to finally happen. Or like Vancouver Island fall into the sea, or California. One day the fault line is going to open up and California is going to be gone. You know,
It's
like,
a possibility.
but yeah, I remember like, well, me and my dad were just talking about it today, and how places in Florida like are below sea level or right at sea level. It's like, well, what the fuck do you think is going to happen?
Yeah, it'd be just like Hurricane Katrina when that rolled through New Orleans, and a lot of it was underwater.
Yeah. Like I actually just listened to a true crime podcast about a killing there, and yeah, just how crazy it got in New Orleans after Katrina.
Yep, lawlessness for quite some time.
Yep, crazy. It's crazy that in this day and age that happened, and that not that we were oblivious, but like we didn't. What could we do? You know what I mean when I say that? Like, what could we do?
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing with capitalism in this day and age. It's the rules for it are bent and broken. If people stuck to what its tenets were, then we probably wouldn't be in as deep a mess. But human greed, it's something that we can't get over at this point.
Well, yeah, like Governor Ventura once said, it's pretty bad when Walmart has the most people in a company on food stamps. Like how is that even a thing? But Walmart is a multi-billion-dollar company, but their workers are on food stamps. Like, that's not right, guys. And I'm sure everybody in this chat's gonna say the same thing. That's not right. But that's not right. How people can look at that at all and be like, oh, that's okay. Like that's not okay. That is not fucking okay.
No, that's not a good business practice.
No. So I'm doing the Alex thing right now. It's actually pretty good. I'm standing up. No, I'm standing up.
Yeah, it's good for your back. Now, if you can get yourself a good 7/8 or 1 inch anti-fatigue mat to stand on, then you're doing okay. Mine is getting pretty old and ratty, but it still does the trick.
Yeah. I mean, I'll see. Like, actually, I'd have to buy like the computer. I don't know if I'd have the room in my little spare room there or not to do that. But maybe this isn't too bad actually standing up. It was better. My sister accommodated me the best she can. I got a little chair there. It's not big enough for my fat ass, so I was like, I can need to stand up. Hey,
maybe if you had 2 chairs like the airlines, then you'd be okay.
Hey, Lavatok, have I not worn this shirt on the show? I could have sworn I have. Alex got a kick out of it when they first got on. I thought I wore it. I could have sworn I did.
That is true, really. These tax loopholes and tax havens. St. Bart's, I think, is one of the places. And where is it in Europe? Is it Switzerland where it's tax-free as well? It's like a tax shelter. Yeah, that shouldn't exist.
Yeah, no. And yeah,
Yeah.
Okay, so Ryan doesn't remember. Remember? Maybe I didn't. I know I wore it for one of my shows in Tabor. I thought everybody had seen it. It's pretty good though. Footies in Tabor. She did it for me. She does all my shirts. She did a great job. I like it.
I saw one that's similar to that, but it was a bumper sticker that said "Straight out of Squampton." So Squamish, Squonkin. Yeah.
I think we had this conversation before. As the bumper sticker went to my mind. My favorite one I've ever heard is that. Tell your cat I said. I don't know why that pops me so much. I think it's great.
Yeah. You know what he's talking about?
No, I think so. I've seen at the gym the bigger rollers with people and they go up on their back and roll. Yeah.
Yeah, on your back, on your side, you can do your legs.
Yeah,
it's great.
I've seen guys use tennis balls too, but it's not as good. But yeah, we have those rollers at the gym.
Tennis balls or almost any kind of ball, even a baseball. If you get a long enough sock, like a tube sock, let's say you got a pinch in your back, that's when you would take the ball, put it in the sock, and then stand against a wall and kind of roll around like that to ease the pinch or wherever is all bunched up.
Yeah.
I learned that from a masseuse some years ago.
Yeah, my back's been okay though. Actually, my back's hello. My back's been good, and my legs so it's funny. So helping my sister move, she lives in one of those big houses that anyone would say what the hell I'm talking about, but anyone from Mackenzie will know. Like an East Indian house, one of those really big ones with the Dean used to live. That's what Sarah used to live in, right?
Yeah.
So there was a lot of stairs. So I did lots of stairs on Saturday. My leg hasn't been that sore in a long time, which is funny because I played 7 games of ball. My knee wasn't sore. My legs were sore. Both legs were sore because I did a lot of running. But yeah, yesterday, and then Saturday evening, my leg was just killing me from walking up and down those stairs.
Oof. We ought to get that shirt made up.
Straight out of Sandwich.
That's awesome.
You want to know what? I was even being good and not saying it because I know it drives really nuts. So I wasn't even saying it. And he just goes and brings it up. It's in his brain. No. Yeah, I've seen them. Yeah, for sure. So do you ever find yourself really because I say it so much, has ever earwormed you? And you're like, I'm gonna go get a sandwich. And you're like, that fat fuck, it's stuck in my head. Ugh! Has it ever earwormed you by chance? That'd be kind of funny if it
did. It just creeps up on you.
Yeah, it just creeps into your head. And you're like, oh, son of a bitch.
Yeah, the rollers are great, but it depends on which one you get. I have 3. The best one, I think, strangely enough, the best one that I have is one I made myself. I got a 3-inch PVC pipe cut to, 2 to 3 feet, and foam, which I wrapped around it, and then duct tape. And for some reason, that provides just enough squishiness and stability at the same time to really help out.
I was going to say, yeah, the PVC probably gives it enough rigidness that it's good.
Yeah. Hey, mostly Italian,
Scusi.
Hey, go fuck yourself.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of it, where's Frankie? Oh, I thought Frankie just popped. I was like, wow, that's fucking weird, but it's Brody. Joe doesn't like sandwich. Sandwich. So.
Oh, yeah? Well, just for that, I'm going to rent a limo in Calgary. I'm going to drive it to Tabor, and it's going to have on its passenger side the word sandwich from front to back. And I'm going to drive by your house. I'm going to drive forward, then I'm going to back up, drive forward again, and back up.
And then Joe's going to shoot you.
Yes, she is.
Just had to close that. All right. Nice.
The Munsters. Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of the TV show, although I did watch the old, what was it, 60s TV show?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know. I wonder. I can't bomb in right now. Sometimes I'll run Frankie on the side if he does a show while we're doing a show, but I can't do that right now. So I wonder what he thinks about it. I wasn't that big of a fan really to care, so it didn't. I was really indifferent.
Yeah. It's kind of different now because it's Rob Zombie, but I don't know. I like his movies, but this is kind of different. Well, I guess it could be one of those surprise hits, but we'll see.
Did we talk about this? Have you seen Thor: God and Love and Thunder?
Not yet.
No, I enjoyed it. A lot of people did not. I enjoyed it.
There were quite a few people who didn't like the first one that was directed by Kenneth Branagh, but I really did like it.
Which one was that one? That was Ragnarok?
No, that one was funny. I liked that one.
Ragnarok was excellent.
The first Thor movie from, I think it was 2011.
Oh, he did see. I liked the first Thor movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked it. I didn't like Dark World very much, but I quite enjoyed the first Thor. Do you have a favorite Marvel movie? Like of the ones you've watched? Have you seen them all?
Of course I've seen them all.
What was your favorite one?
One that really stands out to me that I really liked at the time was, I think it was Captain America.
Winter Soldier?
Yes, because that's a great modern action movie.
Yes, it is. That's. I was gonna say it's that one, and then the first Captain America for me. Yeah, that's funny. I think that's Chadney's favorite too, actually.
I haven't seen any of the Halloween trailers. I know that Night Watch Zone's been going crazy with all news Halloween related. I'm simply going to walk into the theater and watch it. I'm not going to go for any press or any hype. I'm going to ignore all of that. I've heard that the Dahmer show, that's hitting some people wrong, especially the families of his victims.
Yeah, but I mean, let's. I don't know what their complaint is. I don't know if they're going on that it's glorifying him. I don't know what I don't know what their argument is, but I'm just gonna say this as a true crime fan is there's already a huge community, that love that stuff. Mm-hmm. So if they want to say that they're glorifying him, okay, well maybe for sure. I guess I could see that, but people, I don't know. I can't imagine people going to watch this TV show or this program on Netflix without not knowing who Jeffrey Dahmer was. So I don't understand. Well, I hope you stop by and we have a drink or something then, really.
The second Doctor Strange movie, it was all right. The first one was way better, I think. But that's for me to say. Yeah, so...
Yeah, and I thought the Dahmer... It was... Now, Bloody Brilliant... I love you, Red, but I mean, it's okay. And I hear people are upset. And it's like, oh, they're just so blah, blah, blah. I'm like, God, you guys think this is bad? Like, you must have not seen Saw, any of the Saws, because the Saws were a lot more graphic than this. And I think a lot of people is that it's because, it really happened. It's like, yeah, it did. So, yeah, the young man that plays Dahmer is awesome. He is really good. Yeah, he does a very good job. He's in one of the American Horror Stories as well. So. Who's Gabby Petito?
Gabby Petito. She was murdered by her boyfriend last year. They were doing live streams while they were traveling. Drew covered it on his show at length when it happened.
Yes, I remember that. As soon as you said that, yeah, that's a real fast turnaround. But I guess that probably comes to whoever can get it in there first, right? Giggity. They're just trying to beat everyone else. So
perhaps
that was the giggity. Don't even roll your eyes at me.
I've seen bits and pieces of the Hannibal TV series. I love Mads Mikkelsen as an actor, so if I can get the time one of these days, sure, I'll sit down and watch it.
I never watched it. I mean, I don't watch as much TV as I used to. Not nearly as much. So I'll be honest, I didn't. I tried watching the Silence of the Lambs prequel, the series. Clarice, what's it called? I didn't mind it, but I just I like the girl sounded just like her. I thought it was okay, but that was probably one of the newest shows I've tried to watch and didn't care for. I would say that Yellowstone. I love Yellowstone. So
There's a lot of hype for that. I haven't seen a single episode. I still haven't seen any Breaking Bad episodes, and I think that's going to be the next TV series I take on.
Maybe I need to go back and watch it because I watched the first 2 seasons and I couldn't get into it. I gave up. And I've had people say, "Oh, you were right there. It was just going to get good." I shouldn't have to go through 2 seasons of a TV show to get into it.
Well, sometimes that's what happens with TV shows. It takes them a while to find their stride.
Well, and I understand that. Like they're the like the shows like to me like Walking Dead. It hit really quick. But there was always people that were like, "Oh, it's too slow," and it's like, well, they still need to build. It can't be like a zombie movie every episode. They have to build up the fucking story, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love mob movies too. I've never watched The Sopranos. I'm the same as really. Never seen it.
I think I've seen one episode.
And this isn't an excuse now. I just don't find the time because I have HBO now, but I didn't have HBO. So.
Oh, maybe I won't watch it now because really said that. Damn.
Yeah, see, really, I couldn't get into it, and people just look at me so strange, and I'm like, well, I couldn't get into it. You know, what can I tell you? So.
Yeah, I've been watching quite a few terrible 80s slashers and 80s horror movies recently.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Anything that we might have heard of?
Probably not, but I'll have a look in the old list with what I saw recently.
What did you think of? Did you finally watch the Hellraiser trailer?
No, I didn't.
Okay. Now my next question is, what did you think of Pet Sematary 2?
That's on my list. I haven't seen it yet, but I will see it this year.
I didn't mind it. I mean, I wasn't a huge, like, when I was a kid, the first one was scary as fuck. And then I watched it again. I'm like, kid, this really wasn't that good. But it was okay. I didn't mind it. A lot of people took a shit on it, but I didn't mind the second one. Found what quite boring, really. Sorry. We talked about a bunch of different things there, so.
He might be talking about Breaking Bad.
If he's talking about Breaking Bad, that was me too. I was bored as fuck. And I will say that now. I started sending me snaps. I don't know if she's watching me. I'm like, I can't look at my snap now, Sarah. I can do my show. Same with the new Game of Thrones, the House of Dragon. I watched the first 2. I barely got through the second episode. I'm like, I can't watch this. I didn't even get through it. I stopped it.
I'm not a big fan of medieval stuff. I haven't seen a whole lot of movies set in that time period, and I don't care to.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So what I had seen, so of course, because I know of the Night Watch Zone, I look at their slasher movie club lists every once in a while, and Silent Rage from 1982, that's with Chuck Norris. It's a Chuck Norris movie from the 80s. I mean, you're going to get...
the mustache?
He had the mustache. He did the kicks. Blah, 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 blah. Although a young Ron Silver was in it for a few minutes, so that was pretty cool.
Oh, nice.
I watched the Sleepaway Camp sequels, 2 and 3. Trash.
They're so bad. I've seen those. They're horrible.
I watched a movie called Butcher Baker Nightmare Maker from 1981. Dumb. It's about a possessive auntie who just can't let her dead sister's son who is living with her go, and she goes all homicidal because of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the gore in the Saw series is... The situations are over the top, but yeah, the gore is quite a few steps above a lot of other things that I've seen in years past.
Most definitely. Yeah, most definitely.
I watched the 2011 prequel to The Thing.
Yeah.
It was all right.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Not bad. Not bad. No, it's not bad. Not bad.
But then that just made me appreciate John Carpenter's 1982 version, because I watched the 1950, what was it, 51 or 58, The Thing from Another World from 1951. good. It was really good for its time, but again, it just made me appreciate that much more what John Carpenter did with that story.
Yeah. No doubt. No doubt.
Yeah, the Charles Bronson Death Wish movies, those are just after the second one, because I remember the first one from years back, but after the second one, yeah, he kills people. Yep. Okay. Seen it.
See, but John Wick's that way, but I love John Wick.
John Wick is a little bit different. It's a little bit more stylized.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't seen the yet. I'm going to in the next day or two see the 2018 Bruce Willis Death Wish.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one either, so
couldn't
be bothered, to be honest. So we're gonna keep this around an hour tonight. So Alex said he has some videos for us to watch. Are you gonna post those pictures, or are you gonna save those for next week or the week after for the T-shirts I sent you? I know it was last minute, but
might as well go through those now.
Sure.
Yeah, I didn't edit this one for cropping, but
just so everybody knows too. Yeah, next week we are not doing a show. Next week we're gonna take Thanksgiving to enjoy with our friends and family and whatnot.
Yeah.
Honestly, I thought that was awesome. So I love this shirt. I saw Steve-O wearing this shirt, and I was like, I need to get this shirt. This shirt is amazing. I love it.
And this is the other one.
I love it. I fucking love it. It's a cat with guns. Pew, pew, motherfuckers. It's so great. It was awesome.
That motherfuckers, that reminds me of that Die Antwoord music video. What was it called? Yeah, Die Antwoord Fatty Boom Boom. If you can find that and watch that music video, that is crazy.
Well, so is there I Think You're Freaky and I Like You a Lot. That's a weird one too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just reading. Well, see, that was pretty tame, the Hannibal with the fucking skull. So
by today's standards, yeah.
By today's standards, yeah. Fuck, even A House of a Thousand Corpses is pretty fucking tame by today's standards.
Yeah, at the time it was something else, but now
at the time it was like wow, and now it's kind of like yeah. So,
all right. So, as was tradition last time, even though we're not in an airplane, we still are in an airport with this week's edition of Karens and Darrens. Thank you.
Better. Why didn't you say something? You should have said something like, "Oh, that's better."
Because I
know.
I should have gone without saying.
Because I should have known.
Yes. So this is a Darren in an airport. Now, what he's talking about, I can't remember, but it's probably something silly and benign.
Wow, did they take all the steroids?
And invaded by Mar-a-Lago, and now you're doing this. This is some fucking bullshit, man. It's some fucking bullshit. All security, all the FBI, I don't give a fuck. This is some fucking bullshit.
You're gonna give a fuck.
Because I'm fucking white. You're gonna fucking invade me. I was sitting on the fucking plane, man. I was sitting on the fucking plane. I was sitting there. My seatbelt was fucking buckled. This is racism. This is back to 1955. I fucking stood up to every motherfucking black person. I don't give a fuck.
What?
What does... You're white. What does 1955 like? Were you wearing a T-Bird shirt and fucking going go grease lightning Dakota pick up like what the fuck? Yeah. Yeah, dude. See, that's John Wick is turning into those movies for me, really kind of like The Goonies or Jaws. You're like, well, I know what I'm doing now for the next while. Fuck. Yep.
MAGA moron. Yep, there we go. That they are their own class of people now.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, there's only about 20 seconds left,
okay.
I think.
I don't give a fuck what color you are. My best friends are fucking African American. This is bullshit.
Oh, here we go. My best friends are insert different race here, and therefore excuse again. Yeah, as soon as he said Mar-a-Lago, he revealed his entire history for the past 4 years.
Yep.
Ugh.
This is bullshit, man. I fucking drank out of the fucking African American.
What did he just say?
He drank out of something. I have no idea.
Oh, I thought he said I trained to be an African American. Okay, I heard that wrong. That's I was like, what did he just fucking speak?
This is fucking bullshit.
Yeah, that's the basis of his entire argument. That's fucking bullshit, man.
All right, well,
it's bullshit.
But what? That's I don't like not like having the context. Like, what's the bullshit? Right. That's what I'd like to know is what he's going on about is the bullshit.
Something to do with him, if I pieced it together correctly, being on the airplane, he was in his seat, his seatbelt was buckled, and I think he got kicked off for reasons that no one will ever know, even judging by his behavior in that video, I guess.
Well, I guess if we're piecing it together, it's because he's white.
Yeah, that must be it.
And he's had lots of hardships. I don't know what his argument is. And we've had discussions about the whole, like, you know, the white, like, I'm not feeding into that, but it's just like, dude, this is not the climate to be standing there screaming, well, I'm white and this is racism. No, you're not going to ever win that argument. So.
Nope. Not in this day and age.
Nope.
But now we are going to get on an airplane.
Oh boy.
With a Karen.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah.
What are you doing, bro? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Fly the plane. What are you doing?
When you say to an airline pilot, fly the plane, he ain't gonna fly the plane.
Hold on a second. My sister's dog's outside. Actually, keep talking. Let's see if I can hear you. Keep going.
Okay. What is a dog not supposed to be outside?
Not out front.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah.
Trudeau bungee jumped. Yeah. That's right. And
hey, do we know Dio's out front? Okay. Get in the house.
Still relates to Nick family drama, so everyone take a drink for that.
I don't know if a gate's open or something. It's not family drama, you asshole. Shut the fuck up. See, I can hear you the whole time. Yeah. I'm like, hey, is Theo supposed to be outside? Sarah's like, no. He's just out peeing on the bushes out front. Like, this is fine. So, all right, go ahead. Sorry.
See, I didn't like Stephen Harper, but I didn't wish death upon him, at least not that I can remember.
Tonka's outside!
Y'all should take a drink anyway.
Yeah, take a drink anyways.
Fucking
Tonka's outside! Hey, Tonka, get in the house!
I think Pierre is tapping into that similar Canadian version of Trump's base, because Trump tapped into the conspiracy crowd. So he had them on his side. And I don't know about Pierre, but it seems like he's going in the similar direction. I don't know about the same. And then he was, but Pierre had a good point. I think he was standing up at the House of Commons sometime last week with decrying comments about people who wish death upon his wife for raping his wife or something like that. It's on the same level of disgust as people wishing Trudeau death for bungee jumping, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, continue. Sorry, I'm back.
What's your job? What the fuck is going on? I'm wearing a mask. You're not wearing a mask. Why are you getting up? Put on your mask and sit down. Put on your mask and sit down.
See, it's just like elementary school. When the teacher steps from the front of the class to your desk, you know that something's going to go down.
Yep, you're fucked.
Yeah, no matter what you say, you're not getting out of this one on the right side.
You're done.
Oh man.
And he sits down to
There's
talk.
always one.
It's like you're not gonna win this. It's over. You're not gonna win. You're done. Like you're not gonna win. Yeah, you're done. You're done.
Yeah, the initial shock will put them on the floor, and then you hog tie them, and then you give them a shot every 3 minutes or so at like half the power, and that'll keep them down or something.
So here's your option at this point. Okay, I just thought of this. So when this situation happens like this, your options are you either get off the plane, or we're gonna do you like we did to Steve Buscemi in fucking Con Air, and that's how you're gonna sit for your whole flight. The mask on with the fucking hands tied like this, the whole 9 yards. Those are your options. Yep.
Yeah, because at that point, the amount of disturbance she's made, there are no combinations of words that's going to get her out of that situation.
You've gone too far. You've gone past that limit. There's nothing you can say now that's going to save or change the mind of this pilot or the people in the. And the other thing now, you think these people want to sit with this twat for however long this flight's going to be? Like, it's just like you'd be sitting there waiting, like, oh fuck, is something going to go wrong? And she's going to be like, again. Like,
yeah, fear of doing it again. Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck that. You're done. Cancel Christmas. Kitchen's closed.
Oh my god. I don't feel safe too.
Tell me what's going on. Nobody on this airplane is wearing a mask.
Nobody on this airplane is wearing a mask. The woman in the foreground
I
is.
can see there a bunch of them are.
Yeah. So this blanket statement of no one, wrong.
Wrong.
Hey.
What's going on? Why are you kicking me out the plane? It's a light.
Oh!
I wonder if the guy from the last video is sitting beside her.
I wonder if that's his girlfriend.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yep.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Because I'm white.
Yeah, because I'm white, and the pilot was white, and I
Yeah.
could see at least 5 white people on there. So this idea that it's because she's white, well, that doesn't really hold water there, Missy.
No. I believe living now and forever in infamy.
Now, at least she didn't exit like that GlaxoSmithKline employee did, that former one, and say, you're all a bunch of liberals, because that's really what gets people goat, is being called a liberal.
Called a liberal. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Shit.
Oh. Yeah,
Oh, no,
dad...
I get that. Yep.
Go ahead.
Yep. I told the story. I did that once to. There was he was a Russian or Czech. He was a foreign driver, but from the United States, in Walmart in Tabor, and he was just greasing this poor girl up because in Tabor, like there's a sign that says we exchange straight. There's no American money. You're getting Canadian money, and this guy was cutting a promo on this poor girl, and I remember like finally I'm like, hey, we don't talk to people like that here. Maybe you do that down south, but we don't talk to people like that here. So why don't you get your money, get the fuck out of here? And he said something, and I was like, and I said, dude, if you want to have a fucking problem, we can have a problem. And he kind of mumbled and went off. And Colin was there. And Colin was really young at the time. And I just said to him, dude, you got to stand up for people. There's no need for that. And then we went outside, and he was outside. He started walking towards me. And I said to Colin, I said, hold this. And I took off I had my ring on. I took my ring off. I thought I was going to have to fight this guy. And he turned around. He ended up turning around and walking away. But for a long time, people called me the hero in Walmart because I screamed at some guy who was treating a person like shit.
The hero in Walmart.
Yeah, hero in Walmart. Fuck. Hi, Mr. Garner.
How are you, Mark? Many people say, yep, there's a bumper sticker, an internet bumper sticker for you.
Right there, yep. So, have we got any more videos, or was that it?
I got one more. I have had it with these motherfucking Karens on this motherfucking airline.
Yeah.
Or Passenger 57. Yeah, that was a good one.
That was a good one, yeah.
I haven't seen that in years.
Me neither. I think I saw it when it first came out, so I don't even remember anything from it.
Yeah, I got one more. This one I titled Orange Soda Karen, and I can't remember why.
Huh?
Shouldn't be here.
What?
This is private, restricted property. You are trespassing.
How do I'm delivering pizza? I literally.
He's trespassing even though he's delivering pizza. Oh my God.
Yeah, holy shit.
Call the police.
You don't belong here.
I'm leaving right now, okay? You don't have to worry. This lady's crazy. She's chasing me? What the? Oh my God, what are you doing?
Going? This is a private residence.
Ma'am, I'm delivering pizza. I'm the pizza man. I have to deliver this food.
That.
You know what? You're crazy. You are crazy.
Oh, I'm crazy?
Yes, you're
You want to see crazy?
Yeah, man, get out of here. Can you please leave?
I'll show you crazy.
Hey. What are you doing? You are crazy. This woman is crazy. Oh my God, you are crazy. You are nuts. Oh my God. She's crazy. She's throwing. I'm the pizza man. I'm delivering pizza. She just dumped.
Now,
And that was about it anyway.
that could be assault. She's throwing shit on him.
I mean the movie, not actual snakes on a plane. In this day and age, it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. So
this idea that nothing can be delivered to a private residence. So what do we do to work around that? Do we have to meet people at the gate if it's a gated community? Does it have to be delivered somewhere else?
yeah, because we're seeing more and more of this, even with people doing deliveries like Amazon deliveries and stuff. We're seeing more and more of that. But it always tends to be older white people that are being assholes to these drivers. I mean, it is what it is. The one we watched, I watched one thing. I don't know if we watched it on the show. He was a black gentleman, an African American gentleman, in a fucking delivery van, and these guys in his fucking Corvette, and it was blocking the door. I don't remember, or the gate. He wouldn't let him in, and he's like, "I have the gate code, sir. I need to deliver this." And he's calling the guy, going, "This crazy guy won't let me in, dude. I'm sitting outside your gate community right now. He won't let me in." He wouldn't move his vehicle. He wouldn't let him in. So, and finally, the guy who needed the package had to come out, and he kind of promo on the guy. He's like, "Dude, this guy, well, I wasn't sure. He fucking told you who he was." So.
That's a good possibility too, really.
I don't know. All right. I'm hungry. Food's got barbecued.
Ooh, I would end the show too if I had barbecue.
Sarah, Ben barbecued burgers, so.
Nice. I haven't had anything barbecue in quite some time. We had at one point when we were watching one of the Karen videos, I think 9 people watching. Now it's 6, so thank you all for
guys.
being
Sorry
here.
for cutting and running, but I'm hungry.
Ugh.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, Dad doesn't live in a gated community, so he doesn't have to deal with people running up on his delivery drivers and saying, "You can't be here. This is private, blah, 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 blah."
Yeah, that's ridiculous. It's absolutely asinine. So,
Well, it's
thank you,
barbecue
Mark.
time. And like Nick said, we are not going to be here next Monday, October 10th, because it's Thanksgiving. And even though we're not federal employees, we're taking that day off anyway. So we'll be back
Speak for yourself. I am.
on Monday, October the 17th. It's good to have some time off. Yeah, we're going to finish the show like that, eh? So thank you all for being here. Brody, Really, Chad, Dad, Redneck, Big Red, Mark, and anyone else who is watching who didn't say anything. We thank you all for being here. We'll be back
I
in
love
2
you
weeks.
all.
Thank you so much. Take care. Good night.
Огонь на подавление! Враг сзади по левому флангу! Противник на северо-востоке! Противник северо-запад! Противник на юге! Они атакуют с юго-востока! Заметьте, противник на юго-западе!